Today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 most common mistakes that do-it-yourself landlords make. First of all, doing a poor background check or literally no background check. Sometimes new landlords rely on the look of the tenant, what the tenant tells them about their past history. What a professional would do is a complete and thorough background check, including credit check, criminal history check, and history of payment of rents in the past. Number 2, not collecting the rent on time or letting the tenant slide when they give you every kind of excuse that you're ever going to hear in your life. It gets amusing sometimes. The dog ate the check does happen. And you just need to be very careful. If you end up going to court where you have a tenant who did not pay you the rent, you will have a difficult time with the judge if the tenant tells the judge that you allowed the tenant to frequently pay you late. That will not help you. Number 3, using a cookie-cutter lease. A do-it-yourself landlord often will use a store-bought lease that's pre-printed, or they will go to a realtor, and typically a realtor does not have much experience with property management, if ever, and the realtor will use a Florida Bar Association lease. That particular lease is not a good lease. It's a neutral lease, not favorable to you as the landlord. And then lastly, people go on the internet to find a lease, and frequently the internet does not have very good leases. They're very generic in nature. Professional property managers use leases that are professionally done by Florida real estate attorneys who specialize specifically in tenant-landlord law. Number 4, poor or lack of research of rents. Many do-it-yourself landlords utilize Zillow as their primary means to determine the market rent. Zillow is a very useful real estate tool, and I recommend you do use it as a guide, but it is oftentimes very inaccurate for rentals. You just need to be aware of that. I recommend that you consult with a property management professional who will frequently give you a free market analysis for what your home would rent for. Number 4 would be maintenance, repair, delays, or avoidance by do-it-yourself landlords. This is one of the biggest problems that tenants tell us about when we take over properties that have been managed by do-it-yourself landlords. If you are a good landlord, you want to be responding immediately to repair requests by your tenants. What you want is good tenants who pay you the rent on time. What good tenants expect is that you're going to have the repairs that are necessary done immediately. Number 5, that was number 5. Lastly, should you be a do-it-yourself landlord? If you have a full-time job, a family, and other responsibilities, and you're managing one property, possibly 2, yes, if you're very organized, you could possibly do it. If you have more than that, or your life is very busy and you want to be a good landlord, you ought to consider using a professional property manager. The best professional property managers are members of NARPM, which is the National Association of Residential Property Managers. Those tend to be the most highly trained and professional. Thank you very much. I'm Mike Collins from Green River Property.